Hey everybody, thank you so much for choosing to watch Life's Magical Journey. I'm Life, and on this channel we talk all about my journey with being a deliberate creator, purposely using the law of attraction and how that led to my spiritual journey. So in today's video, you read it right, we're going to talk about Oprah Winfrey and what makes her so damn special. Why do people think she's special? We are going to dig into a little bit of her history and see what made her so damn special after all. So stay tuned. First of all, Oprah Winfrey was born in Mississippi to a single mother back in 1954. She ended up being raised by her grandmother, and so from about birth to the age 6, she was raised by her grandmother. And I remember seeing an interview she did quite a while ago, actually. I saw it, and she said one day her grandmother, because her grandmother was a maid, so her grandmother was out hanging someone else's laundry in the backyard, and Oprah was there with her, and her grandmother told her, "Pay attention, Oprah Gail," because her name is Oprah Gail Winfrey. And she said, "Pay attention, Oprah Gail, because you're going to have to do this when you get to be older, You're going to have to learn how to do this." And something in her head told her, "No, I'm not. I'm not going to live that life." Like, she knew early on that she was going to be successful. That's one story that really stuck out to me about Oprah, that she knew early on who she was going to be. She knew she wasn't going to be hanging anyone else's laundry, let's say that. So nevertheless, Oprah struggled a lot in her early childhood. She was raped as a child. She was raped as a teenager. She ended up being pregnant by one of her rapists at 14 years old. She gave birth to her son Kanan, who ended up a stillborn baby. And when she lost her baby, it's not that she was on a road to negativity or anything, but that was her time to course correct, as she calls it, like to change the trajectory of her life. And she went on to work at a radio station. She ended up getting this local talk show host job, which that particular talk show was going under, but she saved it. Like, when she got to it, it started to thrive again, and then they renamed it the Oprah Winfrey Show, and the rest is pretty much history. We're not going to go into all her accomplishments, but shout out to Oprah. Like, even though we've heard some stuff about her recently in the news, I'm not trying to judge or not judge anybody, okay, because that's not my business. But what I will say is that she uses law of attraction. She knew from early on that she wasn't going to be hanging someone else's laundry. She knew she was going to have an extraordinary life, and she lived within that from that moment on. Like, nobody had to tell her, go ahead and be great. In fact, she was fired from a lot of jobs. People told her straight up that she wasn't fit for television. She faced a lot of drama, a lot of adversity. And so each time she faced something like that, whether it had been racism, sexism, anything, because she got a double edge, right? So anytime she faced anything like that, she told herself, not right now. She told herself, it will come. And so she used that as fuel to fuel her flame. Okay, does that make sense? So now we're going to talk about the fact that Oprah Winfrey is special. What made her special, though? She made herself special. We can all do that same thing. Each of us are special within our own right. Each of us have the same power she does. Each of us can be a billionaire or a millionaire. Whatever you think you can be, that's what you can be. So let's talk about how we're going to get there. And the things that I'm going to do, you can make your choices. Spam the comments if you're going to take on anything that I'm telling you today, or if you feel that you are worthy of being a millionaire, being a billionaire, being maybe a talk show host, or an artist, or a published author, a successful part of this society. What do you feel about yourself? What do you feel your future holds? So a few things that we can do to make sure that we are on the right path is going to be to, first of all, change your inner dialogue. If you're the type of person to beat yourself up over different things, like maybe, maybe you're not working right now. Maybe you don't have the dream job that you thought you would. Maybe you're not in a relationship. Maybe you figured that, you're not worthy of a loving, fulfilling relationship, and so you'll just never have it. Well, change that inner dialogue. Tell yourself that you are worthy. For every negative thought you have, replace it immediately with a positive thought. Even I go so far sometimes when I'm having a really negative thought and I feel like I can't just switch it up, I think the thought. Now you might think, okay, why are you thinking something? I think that thought even though it's negative and I don't want it any longer. And that's how I make it go away. I allow it to go away. When I think it, like, okay, job is done. You came, I saw you, I acknowledged you, go on about your business. And then I replace it with a positive thought. All right, and you can do the same thing with habits. Trish Lee talks about that. If you guys are not following Trish Lee, you guys have got to get over to her channel and follow her. Everything is spelled just how I said it. Trish Lee. She speaks very positively, and she lists habits that you can follow, and it's more of a structured setup that she has. And so I follow her, and I listen to a lot of the recommendations and suggestions on changing your habits and just being a better person and being a better you that you can be. So one thing I got from her recent video is she says, for each negative habit that you have, pinpoint those negative habits and then replace them with good habits. Don't just try to stop something that you know you have got no business doing, but replace it with something that you should be doing or that you'd like to do. Okay, so for instance, if you're staying up all night watching TV, maybe read a book instead. Let that be the way you fall asleep. You might end up wrinkling your pages. I do that often because I read a lot at night and I end up sleeping on my books, but that's okay. Okay, so, and I do have my notes. You guys know I gotta take a look at my notes here and there. So make sure that you are replacing negative thoughts and negative habits with positive ones. Another thing I got from Jake Ducey, again, another person that I follow, he says make C-type goals. So you guys know in a couple videos ago when I talked about my scripting, I was talking about making at least $5,000 a month here on YouTube. And that's fine. I'm still leaving that as a goal that I'm attaining to. It's going to be at least that or better, right? Because God always gives you what you want or maybe something better. And so I'm looking forward to that. But overall, because I'm doing some other things, I'm writing books. I'm writing a poetry book for positive affirmation. I'm also writing my life story. So there's other ways and other things. I make t-shirts and things. Like I made this t-shirt I have on. So there's other ways and other avenues to where I'm going down to make money. So my overall goal for 2021 is to get to making $21,000 a month. Now you might think, how though? Like what? 21? Yes, because I make a little bit of money now, right? You guys know I'm not working, but I do what I do. So, but I'm sustaining now, right? But so 5,000 only is really not a high jump. This is a Jake Ducey thing. So an A-type goal is a goal that you've already hit. Like you've already done it before and you just want to sustain. You just want to do it again. A B-type goal is a simple stretch. So if you're making $3,000 a month, you're gonna make $5,000 a month, And a C-type goal is something you have no idea how it's gonna happen. Get out there and take a chance on yourself. And I've been so guilty of that. I have been so guilty of that. Even that last video I did where I said I was going, the first thing I wrote was, I am so happy and grateful now that I have 1,000 subscribers. I should have put, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 10,000 subscribers, and then I'll have 100,000 subscribers soon. That's something I have no idea how that's going to happen. At the rate I'm going now, I'm doing really well. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you again. But I have no idea how that jump is going to happen. Those are the kind of goals that you need to be reaching for and striving for. Not simple things that you know you can make happen. That's not really challenging yourself. It's not really challenging God in the universe. Put it out there to where you have no idea. Steve Harvey does that as well. He, with his, his 300 list. I don't know if you guys have done the 300 list. I didn't make it through doing the whole list. I think I got to like 110 or something like that. Me and Maisha was supposed to be doing that together. I don't know if she ever did hers, but I never finished mine. But make it something outlandish. Like I had all kinds of stuff on there. Like, I own an apartment. I have my own like nice apartment in New York, my own penthouse apartment in New York. And, I got my all white office. Like I went really, really detailed. I was able to buy a few apartment complexes. Like I had all kinds of stuff on there that I have no idea how I'm gonna do it, right? Because I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent. So I don't know how I'm paying rent in a couple months. But guess what? My rent been paid. All right, so we ain't really tripping on that, right? So go ahead and take some time right now if you can, but keep it in the back of your mind if you can't. If you can't take time to write it down right now, then write it down later. But write down your C-type goals. It might be a list of 5 or 6 or 10. I don't know where you're at, but write down at least one goal that you have no idea how it's going to happen, because a lot of us like to stay safe and do a simple stretch. But let's go crazy. Let's go absolutely crazy. Write it here in the comments right now. If you already have it in mind, go ahead and share it with us, and we're going to hold each other accountable. I'm going to come back to these comments and start writing to you guys and asking you guys what is up, because it's important that we hold each other accountable and we really support each other. It's not to say, hey, are you doing what you're supposed to do because it matters to me. It don't matter to me. But on a journey like this, it is difficult sometimes to maintain the level of consistency that you need to maintain. And so I don't think it's wrong for us to depend on other people or friends or anything like that to kind of hold us accountable. And when we know, like, hey, she gonna check in with me, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. In the end, it's all for you. In the end, it's something that we need to be doing anyway. If you guys want to do the same, come back to the comments, talk to me, chat with me, ask me what goes on, so that you know that I know that we are on this together. Like we are on this journey and this is happening. Okay, I want you guys to write your C-type goals. Make it a stretch goal like Oprah Winfrey did. Like she had no idea how she was gonna get out of the ghetto of Mississippi. She had no idea how, when she went to live from being with her grandmother, she lived with her mom, and then she was raped and abused with her mom, and then she went to live with her dad. She ended up being raped and pregnant. Her dad told her, her dad told her he'd rather have a dead daughter than someone who was gonna bring shame to their family. This is the type of thing that she lived through as a child, as a teenager. And look where she is now, sitting up there on Forbes list, honey. Okay, so this is how we know that it's all possible. If Oprah can do it, you can do it, because she is not special in that way. She's not any more special than you are. There is no one more special than you are. You are powerful, just as powerful as she is and was. Okay, so this is what we need to realize. This is the type of thing that we need to instill in each other, because it's true. It's true. We're all magical. All right, so thanks again, guys, for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like this type of content. Hit like on this particular video if you enjoyed this video and some motivational type topics today. As usual, we'll see you next time.